Soft rain tapped at the window of Maddie's small bedroom, painting bright threads along each pane. The world outside glowed in misty blue, filtered through the old streetlight that watched faithfully over the quiet suburban road. Maddie's shelves were lined with detective novels and shadowy comic books, but tonight it was her own world that seemed full of secrets. She curled under her patchwork quilt beside a mug of cooling cocoa, content, until, in the hush between raindrops, the streetlight blinked, flickered, and then vanished, leaving her window washed only in darkness and the faint golden line of her nightlight. Curiosity pricked, gentle as the falling rain. Without its glow, the shapes on the street looked different, uncertain, mysterious. Maddie's heart beat quietly. Perhaps something, or someone, needed her help. She slipped from her covers, determined to gently unravel the midnight missing light. Donning her father's old, oversized raincoat and slipping quietly down the hall, Maddie tiptoed past her parents, Mom's form curled on the sofa reading, unaware, and let herself out into the cool, damp night. The houses along her street blurred behind curtains of rain. Everything seemed quieter. Noises muffled and strange, but not unfriendly. The only light came from the far ends of the block, little islands of gold in the blue-black dark. As she passed the hollow where the streetlight once stood, she ran a gloved finger along its cold, empty post. A faint, silvery trail of footprints shimmered on the wet sidewalk, cat prints perhaps, or something more unusual. Maddie followed, breathing in puddle-soaked air, her footsteps echoing softly. She felt like a detective in a dream. Past hedges and neat yards, Maddie's world became more mysterious and enthralling. At the edge of the block, she found herself beneath the drooping willow in Mrs. Callahan's yard. Mrs. Callahan, always a silhouette in her window, was waiting, her silver hair aglow in lamplight, eyes warm though shadowed. "Cannot sleep either, dear," she whispered, handing Maddie a steaming mug of chamomile tea. Mrs. Callahan told her stories of the power flickering in and out over the years, of the old days when people looked after lights together. When Maddie mentioned the missing glow, Mrs. Callahan nodded knowingly and pointed to the alley beside the house where the cat prints seemed to slip away. "The old city cats mind the midnight lights," she murmured, and smiled a secret smile. Maddie thanked her and crept onward, her spirits buoyed by kindness, her heart beating stronger. The world felt bigger and more alive, every puddle flickering with the promise of gentle magic. The alley was slick with shining stones and pooling water. The pavement felt spongy beneath Maddie's boots, as if she walked atop a secret world. Shadows blossomed in doorways, windows glowed cool and golden. She paused at a crumbling fence where the cat prints zigzagged up and over. A shape moved above, a great tabby cat, striped and dignified, paused on the fence rail. Maddie met its eyes, luminous and deep as the moon behind the clouds. A gentle meow beckoned her onward. She spoke softly, introducing herself as a detective on the midnight light case, and the cat, tilting its head as if considering, hopped down before her, tail high. The cat trotted off, glancing back to ensure Maddie followed. They crossed the street to a narrow lane, deeper into the secretive heart of the neighborhood, passing closed doors and curtained windows aglow with blue and gold mystery. The chill in the air prickled with wonder yet never fear. Maddie marveled at every window past. A father rocked a fussy baby in blue shadow. A student, hunched at a desk, drew swirling lines in gold ink. An elderly man smoked by his kitchen sink, lost in the soft rhythm of rain. Even the smallest sights seemed precious and full of secret story. The tabby cat led Maddie to a familiar house near the park, a house that usually seemed empty, but tonight a faint warm glow spilled from its backyard. There, beneath a loosely strung strand of gold bulbs, sat Mr. Jennings, the quiet neighbor with the grey beard and broad hat, adjusting the head of an old electric lamp. Maddie realized with a small gasp the missing streetlight. Maddie approached cautiously, the tabby puffing its tail and then twining around Mr. Jennings's feet. Mr. Jennings looked up, not surprised. His voice was gentle, barely above the rain. "Evening, detective," he said, as if he had been expecting her. He explained the streetlight's disappearance days ago. He would noticed it guttering in the wind and, fearing a longer outage, quietly rescued it for repairs. "I used to take care of lights like these years back," he confided, "but since the city got busier, people stopped fixing what was not urgent. I suppose I never unlearned the habit." Maddie watched his careful hands as he cleaned a cracked bulb and polished the iron post. Mr. Jennings invited her closer and showed her the lamp's glowing insides, the fragile wires, feathery tendrils of copper, and a tiny nest where a night moth had sheltered during the storm. "Sometimes the world just needs a little extra care," he smiled. Together, under the gentle supervision of the wise tabby cat, Maddie and Mr. Jennings replaced the lamp's glass, checked the wires, and watched as the repaired bulb flared to new, steady life. Rain danced in shards of light. Maddie felt the story of her quiet neighborhood, neighbors alone in their separate windows, cats patrolling the dark, an old man fixing hidden things, come together in a single, gentle act of care. Maddie cradled the precious rain-warmed lamp as they returned to the street. The air felt clear and shimmering, every shadow welcoming. Above, clouds thinned just enough to reveal a pale crescent moon. The alley, the yards, and even the silent cars seemed softly enchanted, a world held in gentle hands. The trio returned the lamp to its rightful post, Maddie's small hands guiding the base as Mr. Jennings steadied the top. The rebuilt light blinked once, twice, and then cast a clean, unwavering glow over the sleepy street. Maddie watched as puddles became little rivers of gold, as shadows softened, and as the tabby cat wound silently away into the blue murk with a satisfied tail flick. Neighbors watched unseen from their darkened rooms, safe beneath the renewed reach of gentle light. Mr. Jennings tipped his hat, his broad face softened by gratitude. "Thank you, detective," he said. "Good neighborhoods are built on small mysteries, solved together." Maddie smiled, a slow, warm pride curling in her chest. Sleep tugged at Maddie as she slipped back inside, and she would her damp raincoat. She paused at the window, where a single golden lamp now bathed the street in gentle, soothing glow, every puddle and hedge familiar but somehow changed, alive with possibility. She crawled under her quilt, heart beating calmly, and closed her eyes in the quiet promise of rain-soaked dreams. The world outside was both mysterious and safe, strange and beloved, and the scattered lights of the neighborhood seemed to twinkle as if in quiet gratitude. The case of the missing midnight light was over, leaving a gentle warmth behind, and Maddie drifted into sleep, content, comforted, and at peace.